Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and hopefully sell them for a profit. Today, I am shipping out the items that sold on Wednesday, the 28th. There's 2 items. I actually have 3 things for you, not 3 items. These 2 items that sold. And then I bought one thing to resell yesterday. I thought I would share that with you. It has a really good sell-through rate. And something that happened. I want to tell you about it. So the first item that sold is this corset. I don't know really what much to say about it. It's a corset. It did not have a brand in it. So it is a 5X. Ooh, I need to roll just a smidge here on the inside. Do you check the insides of your items? I'm not great about that, but I try to, because when I first started reselling, I sold, it was like I want to say it was like the first or second thing I sold. It probably wasn't that early on, but pretty early on, I got a negative. And it was because I sold this like flannel jacket thing that had a hood in it. And apparently it was full of straw. I laughed. I felt really bad. I laughed because that's so dumb. Why did I not? Ay, ay, ay. I should have seen straw, right? I don't know. Anyway. That was a hard way to start with the negative. Anyway, a couple things. One, I spelled corset wrong. I don't know in the title. So that's probably not great. That's not the best way to get sales, to, you know, spell things wrong. It took a really long time to sell, 15 months, and that's probably why. The average sale price for, what did I look up? I think I looked up corset 5X, and the average sale price was $26.17 with a 14% sell-through rate. I did like bend this, but not where like the boning is on the corset. So anyway, it sold for, I had it listed for $18.96, which I realize is lower than that 26% sell-through rate, but or average sale price, but the sell-through rate is really, really low, and I've had this for a really, really long time. They used my 15% off coupon. With shipping, they paid a total of $22.92. I paid $2-ish, actually probably less. I bought it at the bins where you pay by the pound. It's the Goodwill outlet, and that makes my profit $10.62. Now this one is pretty good. It actually has a really good sell-through rate. So it's a little shift dress. It has buttons that go up the sides. And before you ask, although you can ask, I don't steam my stuff, but like yesterday I took a photo of a linen dress, and I was looking at it and I was like, that's really, really wrinkly. I threw it in my dryer for like 5 minutes, and it came out, and I just kind of pulled on it a little bit, and it was great. So that's my like lazy way of steaming, maybe. So this is also a linen dress, and it's Solika. It's gonna get wrinkled again no matter what when I put it in the bag, but I do want this to, you know, sell. So I have some really wrinkly photos of things that should sell but probably haven't, because those photos are terrible. So I'm not saying what you should do. I'm just telling you what I do. And sometimes my philosophy, actually most of the time, my philosophy is done is better than perfect. I did just recently take photos of a dress that I thought was just kind of like meh. Like I wasn't really worried about it. I was like, this price off for like $15 or something. And so I just like, it was a halter dress, so I couldn't put it on my hangers, and it would just like hang there in a clump. So I put it on like my flat lay, and I just did it really fast and it was awful. And so then I went to list it and was looking up comps, and it actually should sell for, I think, about $100, and the sell-through rate is crazy high. Like, I think it was over 50%. I was really surprised. And so I pulled it, and I'm gonna retake pictures because in this case, especially like all the other pictures of the same style and brand of dress are all like the, what's the word? The stock photos, and I don't use stock photos. So I'm like, this just looks like a crumpled dress on the floor versus all these stock photos of this dress. No one's gonna pay $100 for this crumpled dress on the floor. So I am gonna redo that. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so the Solika linen shift dress had an average sale price of $28.49, 50% sell-through rate. So there were 2 sold, 2 listed. Mine sold, and I'll tell you the price here in a second, and the other one sold for $25. So mine sold for $31.97. I had it listed for $40. And I think that was based on the other ones that were listed. I try not to underprice people, even if the sell-through rate is, or the average sale price is, you know, $25. If everyone else is priced at 40, I'm gonna price at 40, if that makes sense. If the sell-through rate is good. If it's not, then no. All right, it's sold for $31.97. That was 20% off of my $40 price. With shipping, they paid a total of $38.28. With fees, shipping, and my cost of goods, which was $0 because this was my dress. I didn't really like the way it fit, so, and I'm pretty sure I got it from a friend of mine. So I think she was offloading some clothes, and I was like, I'll take a linen shift dress. That's like my favorite thing, and yeah. It didn't work. I think I wore it once, and then I was like, I just didn't feel good in it, and so I sold it. My profit is $25.77. This did sell promoted. I do promote my listings, usually between 2 and 5%. I think it's at 4% right now. I paid an extra $1.63, which is, you know, kind of annoying, but part of it. My total profit for this day is $36.39, which is less than exciting. But yesterday, my kiddos needed some clothes, and I had, we went to a city that's about an hour away because we don't have a lot here, and we were really just looking for them, but we went to a Kid to Kid, which is like Once Upon a Child. And then I have teenagers also. So we went to Plato's Closet, and then there's a clothes mentor that's, you know, just like right around the corner. So I went into the clothes mentor and looked in my size in dresses because I was trying to find a linen shift dress. And I also looked in the clearance, and I found these in the clearance, and I was like, I can't not buy these. Unfortunately, I took the tag off already and threw it away, but it was priced at $15. Clearance was half off, and so I paid $7.50. So let me show you what they are. Just a pair of pants, pull-on pants. So a couple reasons. Normally I wouldn't just pay $7.50 for pants, but there's a lot of things going on here. First of all, they are J. Jill Love Linen, which is, J. Jill's already one of my favorite like bread and butter brands, and then Love Linen is fantastic. So they're 100% linen. So when I look up J. Jill Love Linen pull-on pants, the sell-through rate is like 35%. In my opinion, 35 is like great. Most of my percentages are super low. And so I get real excited about that. Well, then it's new with tags. And that bumps the sell-through rate up to 39%. And then it's a 4X. And that bumps the sell-through rate up to 50%. And so I'm real excited about it. The average sale price is $30, which isn't a ton considering I, paid $7.50. However, there are the ones that are listed. There's 4 sold and 4 listed. So the ones that are listed anywhere from $30 to $50, and there's no white ones listed. And so mine will be the only white ones. So I'm gonna list them at $50 and hope for the best. So at the least, I think someone will pay $30 for these. I'm hoping for more around $40. So that was pretty exciting. And then I got the email from Poshmark. These, of course, were both just eBay sales, but I do also sell on Poshmark. Poshmark accounts for anywhere between 30 and 40% of my sales usually. When they changed all the things not that long ago with the delisting and relisting, I didn't change much. I changed one really important thing. So I do delist and relist on a very consistent basis. I try to do it every morning. During March and April, I was being really intentional about that and like going through and fixing things and making sure my listings were correct. And then starting in May, it just was taking a lot of time, and I was pretty much through most of my listings by that time to make sure that they were good. And so now I use Vendu for cross listing. And so I just hit, there's like a bulk delist and relist, and I just hit that, and I hit the top 30 stay list ones. You can sort by stay list. I hit the top 30 stay list ones, and I hit click, and it goes through in like 2 minutes and it's done. Well, the one thing that I changed was I made sure that all of my listings, that when I was clicking on stay list listings, Poshmark has a little flag on the corner of your listings. If it's over, you can set it for whatever day amount you want, but mine is set for 60 days. So if my item is 60 days older, it'll have a little flag on the corner of the marketplace that it's listed on. And so since the change with Poshmark, I have made sure when I've gone and just clicked stay list and top 30, I've gone through every single one and made sure that little flag was on the Poshmark listing so that it was 60 days or older. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not super well versed in it. Other than just hearing what other people have said, I have read through the policy. I never got like the email when they changed it, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, when I sell things on eBay, I do have to delist them on Poshmark. And so I think sometimes that flags things. The other thing that I don't understand is there's a third, or I don't know if it's the third or fourth point of saying like, it's just kind of a vague, like, don't do anything that gives you an unfair advantage. And some people say that automated sharing, using a bot to share it and send offers, is one of those like unfair advantages. I've never heard anyone say specifically that that's the case, but that is something that I do. I use Prime Lister for that, and I have not stopped that. So I did yesterday get the email saying I have a warning that I have violated, it seems, it doesn't even say like for sure you have, it just says our whatever has detected. I should read the whole email, but there's probably tons of the warning emails out there if you want to look it up. Lots of people are sharing their warnings and whatnot. So anyway, I got the warning, and then a few hours later I got the warning again. And so I was like, well, I'm not really sure what that means. I did respond to both of those emails just saying like, hey, I am, because it just said like my delisting and relisting, like I've delisted too many things. And so I said, I'm only delisting and relisting items that are 60 days or older, and also items that have sold on other platforms. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like other than that sharing thing that feels a little gray, like I'm not sure if that's the problem. I don't think I'm doing anything inherently wrong. I don't want to go against policies. One of the things that's really important to me is integrity. Like, I want to do things correctly. I don't want to, you know, have an unfair advantage, I guess, but I don't know. To me, I don't know. It's the same as like promoted listings. Isn't that an unfair advantage? That's a paid thing that not everybody can pay for promoted or wants to pay for promoted. So it's similar to, in my opinion, a bot, right? Like, I pay for the subscription to the bot, and I don't know. The difference is Poshmark isn't getting my money in that case. Prime Lister is getting my money in that case, whereas promoted listings, Poshmark is getting that money. So I don't know. I don't really know what to think about it. Has this happened to you? Have you gotten the warning? Have you gotten suspended? I know it's a 7-day suspension where you can't list. All it says is you can't list for 7 days. So I don't know if that means you can't share, you can't sell, you can't ship, like, or is it really just you can't list? I'm not really sure. Anyway, that's my story. That's the warning I got. And that's it. I would love to hear if you have experiences, thoughts on Poshmark. And let's ask a fun question of the day, because I feel like some of this stuff is like negative and getting me down. I'm gonna go back to the pants. I'm excited about the pants. Okay, so question of the day. I asked recently, what was your favorite board game? And even past that, what was your favorite video game? What about card games? Are you a card game player? I love, there's a game called Sevens. I don't know. Maybe it's a made up game or a made up name for the game, but I really like Sevens. I really like Skip-Bo. I play a lot of Sleeping Queens and Rat-a-tat-tat with my younger kids. And those I actually really enjoy. I mean, they're kind of fun and they're quick, and that's good. And when I play Rat-a-tat with my daughter, she has a very specific strategy. And by this time, I know her strategy down pat. So I know how to play the game. So it makes it very simple. But those, I really enjoy card games. Like, if I had to pick a kind of game, like a category, a genre of game, card games are my favorite. So make sure you comment and let me know, just to make it a little more light and fun. And if you don't play card games, you can say that too. So we can still be friends. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.